So this is what happened. I met this guy and he was super, super cute. Like, he was my type cute. He was tall, he was muscular. Anyway, he was super, super cute. And he asked me on a date. So I said yes. And we went to lunch and we had a great time. He told me a lot about him. I told him a little bit about me. And anyway, it was a great time. And afterwards, we parted ways. And I said to myself, wow, what a great guy. This is really exciting. He's really nice. He was sweet and he was intelligent. It was great. And it was all well and good until the next day. I I looked at my phone and there was four missed calls with four voicemails and a long text message. And basically this is what he was saying is that he was in Maryland and he left his wallet and his car in Woodbridge. And he wanted to know if I could Western Union him $350. And oh, by the way, he said, I know you can do it because you have a business. So I know you have the money. And he said, is there any way I could do it? And oh, by the way, if you do this for me, then we can meet in Springfield and you can follow me back to my warehouse. And for the $350 you gave me, I'll give you $650. And so after I had a little talk with Jesus, I did give him a call back and I said, you know what? I am so sorry you're going through this situation. I really hope that you can find someone that can loan you the money. I just met you. I don't know if that's a really wise decision. And at that, he hung up. And a little part of me was a little upset because I said, what made him think that I would loan him the money? Like, what made him, do I have sucker written on my head? I mean, this is the second time we met. After the first date, he asked me for that for $350. And lo and behold, a little while later, he ended up sending me a long text message. And he basically said that it was just a test. And this is verbatim. And I quote, this was a test. You didn't pass the test, so I'm going to pass on you. That's what he said to me. And after I chuckled about it a little bit, I felt bad again because I was like, well, I knew that he knew that it really wasn't a test and he really was asking for the money. But what made him think that he could get the money from me? And I had to realize that, Ash, it wasn't necessarily you that he was going after. It was really that maybe someone else would give him the money, or that someone has given him the money in the past. A woman has given him that money, and so that he came to me and expected that from me. And I can't be too hard on her. If there was a her, I can't be, because I had to humble myself and said, oh my gosh, I wonder if I have allowed or said certain things that the women behind me had to deal with. I know we all think that the guy that we're dating is going to be our Boaz and we're going to marry, but that's not always the case because we're still single. But we have to realize, and I had to realize myself, that there's certain things that I've done that's affected other women. So if you cook for a man way too soon, it probably affected another woman. If you allowed certain things way too soon, it probably affected another woman. And I said, what if we all got together and we had a higher standard? Then we wouldn't be asked these silly questions or expected to do silly things. That we can encourage each other to have the higher standard. And sometimes it's hard because we're lonely and we like to go on dates and we like to be treated nice. But at the end of the day, we all want that man that God truly has for us. And that man that God truly has for us isn't going to be asking us crazy things and expecting crazy things. So really, this site, Lovely, is for us to encourage one another, for us to motivate one another, and to really realize that if we raise the bar can't go any lower. If all women said, we're not going to do certain stuff, we're not going to act certain ways, then no one would expect it. So anyway, be lovely, my friends. Expect more and be more.